everyone sitting out here. Namaste to all the viewers who are watching this and to people who are listening this presentation. Happy Diwali to all of you. So Diwali means win of good over evil. Very auspicious day in the sense we are presenting something which actually matches with the meaning of Diwali. The topic is journey of Hinduism from Vedas till date. It is specifically focused on Hinduism, but the presentation basically describes how the modern day Hinduism has its roots in holy Vedas. Now what are Vedas? Vedas are not mere books which are presented in today's form. Vedas means wisdom, the knowledge which is gained by ancient sage when the religions didn't exist. It was the time when there was no differentiation or segmentation of society based on multiple religions like Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, or Hinduism. If you see the first slide, you will see beautiful butterflies which are like the Vedic wisdom. And on the corner on the bottom, you will see the same butterfly which is in very bad shape or nearly dead. This is what the modern Hinduism is. Before even we delve further into the presentation, I'd like to make a disclaimer. The objective of this presentation is not to hurt any sentiments or feelings. It is just a scholarly presentation which has been taken from the ancient scriptures of the time when no religion existed or no scripture of modern day religions existed. Let's go into the presentation. This is one of the beautiful diagram which is made by...
Not clear. Oh, keep on, keep. बंद हो गया. That's better.
One of the diagram which is prepared by Dr. Deenbandhu Chandora. Just to let everyone know that we work under the guidance of Dr. Deenbandhu Chandora, who is the president of Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple.
I'm not president.
Under his leadership, based on his knowledge, we have collected most of the information that is presented in the PowerPoint presentation. We all who work for True Hinduism YouTube channel has only one objective: to teach our brother or our brothers and sisters that what is actual Hinduism. Is it what we see in modern day society, or is it something else which is hidden from all of us? I was doing one calculation to find out how many Hindus actually know about Vedas. Myself, around 8 years back, hardly heard about there is anything called Vedas. We were just knowing they used to exist, now they never exist. Ancient sages somehow understood them or realized them, but nowadays we don't know what Vedas are. So considering that in mind, I did a calculation of how many people might be knowing actual Vedas. You will be surprised when I did the maths after finding how many gurukuls in India teach the Vedic scripture. The percentage was 0.00025%, which comes to hardly 19 to 20,000 people in India, and especially those are kids in Gurukul and very few acharyas. So imagine now in 21st century when the condition is like this, what it might have been 100 years, 300 years, 500 years or 1000 years back. Now we are most modern. We have freedom in India to study our scripture. Imagine what might have happened when there was Islamic rule in the country. They will not allow you to learn Vedas or even Upanishads. So coming back to the PowerPoint presentation, let's see where the Hindu people are in the journey of this diagram. Let's start from the bottom up. As per Hinduism, which is nothing but Vedic Dharma, And I will call, going forward, Hinduism as a Vedic dharma. So whenever I use the term Hinduism or a Vedic dharma, I request you to consider them as one and the same until unless we all arrive to the conclusion that yes, Vedas and Vedic dharma is modern day Hinduism in the purest form. The way Vedas describe the knowledge of God or the wisdom of God was first given to 4 rishis: Agni Rishi, Vayu Rishi, Aditya Rishi, and Angira Rishi. Now, who is a Rishi? Rishi is not a person like me or modern days gurus or priest or acharya. A Rishi is a person who has meditated along and he has realized in his soul the wisdom of the planet, of the nature, of the species, of the soul, and of the God. Those are the Rishis. So starting from the bottom up, Agni Rishi, Vayu Rishi, Aditya Rishi, Angira Rishi. Interesting thing is, you will see what Hindus consider as the starting point of the wisdom. Again, I am saying the starting point of the wisdom on the planet Earth. I am not talking about when the planet Earth was created or when other species were created. It is one, yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, thank you. That is 1.9 billion years. Imagine what we are talking about. If you see different religions, some talk about 50,000 days of an angel, some talks about 10,000 days of an angel. Still, if you calculate, they cannot go beyond 100,000, 200,000, or let's say a million years back. But here, the scriptures themselves say that 1.9 billion years back, this wisdom was given to 4 rishis. Further, if you go up, if you see the principal scriptures, Agni Rishi, Rig Veda, you have Yajur Veda, you have Sam Veda, Atharveda. Now what Rig Veda is basically, it's biological and life sciences. So the objective of presentation is not to explain the Vedas, each and every Vedas. It is just to give you a high level idea to the world that how the Vedic scriptures are organized, how you can interpret them, what kind of science is in Vedic scriptures. Rig Veda, biological and life science. Yajur Veda, duties, deeds, civil and military science. Sam Veda is a devotional music, music of God. It basically teaches you how you can get directly in touch with God. So important point here, in Hinduism, there is no intermediate. Like you don't have to go to priest or an acharya or let's say a cleric that okay, please route me to God. It's a direct relationship. Every person is directly connected to the consciousness. So that is the beauty of Hinduism. In any other religion, they definitely call that God is one. But when you read the scripture, no, the God is not one. And we will come to that later on in the presentation. Atharveda talks about astrology, maths, geometry, algebra, engineering, economics, and political science. In short, if you see the modern day maths, which in Western world they teach, the math has come from Middle East. From where it came into Middle East? It came from India, like Aryabhatta, he gave 0. And slowly, over a span of time, we will see different videos, other scholars will be presenting, they will be telling you about all different, how algebra is derived from Vedas, or how, let's say, photosynthesis came out of Vedas, or different physical science came out of Vedas. Now there is something called Upved. Upved is Ayurveda. It's a life and medicine, very popular. You might have seen one of the yogi from India, Swami Ramdev, or there are other gurus who are preaching Ayurveda across the world. This science still exists. Dhanurveda, defense and civil government. Now Dhanurveda is not there now because the scriptures, they exist but not in the pristine form the way it used to be. So you cannot reinvent the wheel, if I will say. You can read it, but reinventing requires a lot of research work and a kind of a new discovery or an invention might be required. So that doesn't exist in the pure form. Gandharva, art, lyrics and humanities, definitely. You might have seen the ancient dance like Bharatanatyam, Kathak, so many dance, they still carry that ancient technology of dance, if I say, like how you need to move, how the feet must move because a particular movement creates a particular rhythm in the body and it has a biological effect on the body. Next is Atharvaved, we'll call it Shilpaved, astronomy, engineering and economics. So if you see what I am trying to show you out of this diagram, something very interesting. All the religions which are modern day religions which are teaching about different stuff is already covered long back. So why to reinvent the wheel again and then keep segregating the society into multiple groups who are engaged in destroying each other. Now comes the, so far we have covered the first layer of Hindu scriptures. And when I say Hindu, again, Vedic scripture with no relation specifically to a community called Hindus. It is for all humanity. It can encompass the complete humanity. Ditya, second scripture series. Very interesting if you read from that side. These are Upanishad and 11 of them are authentic. Once a friend of mine asked the question, oh no, there are more than 11 Upanishads. So I said, what is the name? Allah Upanishad. I said, there is no Upanishad like Allah Upanishad. So what has happened, if you see, in order to convert Hindus into different religions, at different point of time, other religious sects have rewritten the scriptures in the way they want. So Allah Upanishad is basically giving the knowledge of Allah. It is written by some of our Muslim brothers at different point of time in order to impress Hindu people. So Isha Upanishad, Kain Upanishad, Kan Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad, Mundaka, Mandukya, Tetrarya, Shandog, Bradranaya and Shvetashva. So these are the 11 authentic Upanishad. You will be surprised, everyone stops after reaching to Upanishad nowadays. Even if you see in last 150 years, most of the preachers, gurus and teachers, they generally stop at Upanishad level. Because, and very interesting, Swami Vivekananda, he basically, his idea was to make or reinvent the Hindu religion out of Upanishads in his own way. Again, we will start from bottom up. So that is the third set. On the corner, if you see, the third set is here. So third set is Paniniya, Mandukya, then Yasakacharya, that is etymology. Ashtadhyayi is there, which is Mahabhashya, very popular. Then you have Chandog Granth and you have Sun cosmology. Now, very interesting thing here, the grammar is already there. You have Sun cosmology, that is Surya Siddhant, which basically teaches about calculation based on solar movement. And see, imagine this was done thousands of years back. So that kind of science was already there. And these things still exist. The point is, we don't have people to read them because people don't read nowadays. They hardly listen or watch. Coming up on the ladder, you will see Shiksha, articulation and pronunciation. It basically teaches you how you need to pronounce a particular word. Kalpa, that is Vedas commentaries. Then Nirukta and Nighantu, we are going to touch these two in this presentation. It's almost impossible to touch this even in 50 presentations. Then you have a grammar. Then prosody, poetry is there, which is called Chand. Astronomy and astrophysics. So coming to the fourth series. So what I have told so far, you will not find any Westerners, most of the Hindus, they are not even aware of this chart. This is the first time this chart is shown. If you ask me, in the history of India, you cannot see any YouTube channel or any YouTube recording presenting this chart. Now very interesting, Brahman Granth. If you see the fourth series, which is in white, it depicts the Brahman Granth. What are Brahman Granth? They are the commentaries on the Vedas. So you have Rig Ved commentaries, you have Yajurved, Samved, Atharved commentaries, Etarya Brahman commentaries, then Shankyayan is there, Shatpat is there, Tandya is there, Arnak is there. So Graha Sutra, Dharam Sutra teaches about Dharma, Gobil, Parashar, Pashitki, Katyan. So these are all people, great. Katyan. So just in short, rather than going into all this, then came the commentaries. After commentaries, fifth series. See the date there. 129533109 before Christ. If you see and go to Wikipedia, most of the Western scholars, they try to put the dates around Jesus Christ. Why? That they can answer, because they want to show that whatever came in Hinduism, it came at the time of Jesus Christ, or it came out of Buddha. Now, a point which I want to bring here is, if all this came from Buddha, right? Who was Buddha? Buddha in his own biography has written that he was basically a Hindu in other way, and he learned Vedas from the top of the priest or the Brahmins of that point of time, until the best of the scholar asked him to go and meditate following Patanjali Yoga. So there is a prince who does meditation and who becomes enlightened, and whatever he got, he gave it back to the society, and then society will create all these scriptures, books and everything, and some Westerners come and they take the data and they say everything is around BC, near Jesus Christ or between Buddha. So this is a very big strategy which is done by different sects and religion in order to completely annihilate modern day Hinduism, because they know that Hindus don't read. Not only read. I was aghast a few days back in my office, one of the Brahmins, he was arguing with me that no, all this is of no use. He himself is a Brahmin, he eats meat, he is from a southern part of India, and Ram used to eat meat. And I became silent, because you cannot explain a person who doesn't want to listen. Coming to the fifth series, very interesting, Manu Smriti, laws, natural, civil and criminal. Now coming to Manu Smriti, you all might be aware of this. So many copies are burned in India day in and day out. Especially they are burned by so-called Shudra people or lower caste people. I am really surprised, without reading, these people are burning the copies, because Manu Smriti has been adulterated systematically by the people who want Hinduism to be destroyed. Why? Because Manu was the first person who created the law. If you hit the head, the body will fall. That is the objective of these people. I wish if my Shudra brothers, though there is no word like Shudra, which is related to a person or a low caste or a low tribe in Vedas or any of the Hindu scriptures, I will tell you the meaning of Shudra. If my brothers, if they might have read Manu Smriti in real time or real life, they will say implement Manu Smriti, because Manu Smriti says Shudras will not be punished as the highest class will be punished. So it is proportional. Law is very proportional. If any Shudra makes the mistake, he will not be given that kind of punishment which will be given to Brahmin.